All right, loves. Welcome to tonight's team call. It is January 31st. We are all the way through the first month of 2018, which is mind-blowing to me. But that means that tomorrow is a fresh start to a whole new month and a whole new fresh slate. Even though it's a Thursday, we can always start tomorrow fresh, right? So I'm super proud of you two ladies who are on the call tonight because I know that you both worked your booties off. You've been working hard to get that 80-day obsession going and working out and getting your rhythm, and you both are at Success Club 4 the last I checked, which is amazing, and I'm super, super proud of both of you. Katie, you're like, that's what I show that you're at 4. She's like, yeah. The last time I looked, I showed that you were at 4, and so was Katie Partridge. So that's super exciting. Hey, Amanda. A couple quick announcements. We do have the challenge packs it's actually live now. The links are live. I got the notification about an hour ago that we can offer $10 off all challenge packs over $160 and the completion packs for 80-day obsession. So that's an extra incentive that you can share with your customers and clients. By a show of hands really quick, I am considering doing a what is coaching call. I would do a live event where I would just go live in a Facebook event that I create. How many of you would invite people to share the coaching opportunity to that call if I were to host one this Sunday? Yeah, maybe. Would it be more helpful if I scheduled it for next Sunday, giving you some more time to have conversations and kind of get the ball rolling and kind of feel people out and invite them to the group? Katie, you can unmute yourself if you want to say something.
I was just going to say that this Sunday being Super Bowl, I don't know how many people would be inclined to.
Oh, perfect point. I totally forgot because we don't really get into NFL, even though PJ wants to watch it. Perfect point, because I did not even think about that. So that's totally true. So how about, and people are probably having company over and things like that. So even if the girls aren't watching, they're probably not going to be able to really listen to a call. So that's perfect. Let's plan. I will create an event in the next day or two. We will plan one for next Sunday. So start in your head thinking about people who engage on your posts a lot, people who you admire in your community and who are your followers and your friends, people who you want on your dream team. And if you're already having challengers, the people who are showing up, right? The people who are standing out and being present in the group all the time, or even your free groups. Hold on just a second, please. Mom duties, sorry. I have a baby who keeps getting up, and I put him to bed almost an hour ago. And if I don't give him the book that he wants to take up in his room and stay up and look at instead of go to sleep, then I don't know what he said, something ridiculous like I'm in trouble or something. I don't know, but his dad just pulled in because the garage door just went up, so he can deal with him now. Okay, so back to our call. So we'll plan it for next Sunday. So think about the people who you want on this opportunity with you. They may not already be into health and fitness. They may not really know what you're doing. And you may feel like, I don't really know what I'm doing yet because I'm so new. How am I going to help someone else? That's why we have a team. Okay? You're not expected. Hey, baby. You all right? All right, go get your shower and go to bed. I love you. Okay, so that's why we have a team, you guys. Meg is starting a new coach training. I believe her new coach training is actually starting this Monday. I will be running one more coach training, and then I'm actually working with my VA right now, which is a virtual assistant. I'm working with my VA to set up a self-paced new coach training program. So you would be able to log into this app and be able to do each training as you complete. So as you complete one, the next one opens. So that way, for those of you who are running and want to go and go and go and go, or maybe you have a day off and you can just really hit the ground running, then you can move through a bunch of trainings. And then for those of you who maybe are working and you maybe need a day or two to get through one training, you can do it at your own pace. But I don't want you to not invite people to our team or to this community or to this opportunity because you're not sure how to coach them. That's what your team is here for. That's why we have leaders who are helping to move our teams forward. Okay. So you don't have to take that on all by yourself. Okay. That's the learning process of this whole thing. And it's really fun to do and watch other people grow and become a part of this community. So make sure that you make some time this weekend and this week to really start growing those relationships and invite. And tonight we're going to talk about inviting through Instagram. And instead of saying, hey, normally I would say something like, if they say, well, I would like more information, I would say something like, awesome, if I were to share a short 22-minute video with you about the opportunity, would you watch it? And when they say yes, I then send them my video that's on my YouTube that says, what is coaching? What is a Beachbody coach? That's the video that I use to share what we do as coaches. But what you could do is say, awesome, my mentor is actually hosting a live event on Facebook this coming Sunday. Would you like me to add you? Okay, so that you don't have to be the message. You can just connect them with the event and I will do all the work as far as sharing about the coaching opportunity. Okay, sound good? Okay, perfect. All right, so really quick, we're going to talk a little bit about Instagram because Instagram is really where it's at right now. I have been doing Instagram stories pretty consistently since Jachana Jackson did her National Wake Up Call. And I want to say it was like in November sometime. And you guys, I want to remind you, when you do something new, it takes time. So I'm just now really starting to have that snowball effect, right? I've had conversations and connecting with new people along the way, but it's just now that people are like, okay, this girl's real. She's been showing up for this amount of days. I keep seeing her show up. I keep seeing her being consistent, and they see that is my truth, right? So I'm going to share in our team page a training that is on YouTube by Jatana. She is a Beachbody coach who is killing it on Instagram stories. Okay, killing it. And she teaches you all about what she's doing and how to be effective. Okay, so I'm not going to teach you about Instagram stories. And I will say this, it's a learning process. Just start playing with it and see what you like. Right? See what catches your eye on Instagram stories and what you want to portray yourself as. Okay. You'll notice in mine, I always use like this coral pink color and grays and whites. Okay. All of my workout videos are in black and white. So you start to brand yourself and what your theme is. Okay. So I want you guys to check out that Instagram story because that is where you can start connecting with people who are already following you. You don't have to necessarily go out and search hashtags and find everybody. There's people that are finding you through hashtags on your Instagram stories and your posts that you can start connecting with, okay? It takes one step of the work out for you. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So you want to make sure that you're using IG stories. You want to make sure that you're hashtagging every single IG story you put up, okay? Because that's what gets you into new people's feeds. And then you also want to make sure that you're using high quality pictures with good lighting. Guys, this ring was like less than $10 on Amazon. It's got 3 steps of light. It hooks right onto the top of your phone like this, or it hooks right onto the top of your laptop. But this is amazing for lighting, especially when it's dark out and you're doing your workouts first thing in the morning or whatever, because the days are just shorter right now, right? So invest $10 in your business and buy yourself that light because it's a game changer for all your pictures. So you want to make sure that they're good pictures, and you want to make sure that as much as we love all of our pets and as much as we love our kids, we need to sprinkle those in our Instagram because that's a part of our life. but our Instagram should be our business. It should be our storefront. So it should be representing what you're offering people. Talking about nutrition, inspiring the community, your workouts, your progress, different things like that. And then sprinkling in pictures of your kids and pictures of your husband and pictures of your dog, because that's definitely a part of you, right? We don't want it to be all business, but you want to brand most of it with what you're offering, okay? So that you're building that consistency and people can come to your page and know exactly what you're about when they come to you. So with all of that said, that just kind of gives you a guideline. Start looking at some Instagram pages. What do you like? What don't you like? What catches your eye and what keeps you engaged? Start kind of planning yourself around that. Me personally, I like a lot of white. So you'll notice that all of my pictures, you're probably not going to be able to see them very well. And I know you guys have all seen, but I use frames to widen the white on my Instagram pictures. So I will take the same picture that I put on Facebook, but I frame it with a thick white frame so that it puts more spaces in between my pictures. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's just one thing, but just start looking and seeing what really grabs your attention. Okay. So for your Instagram power 40 minutes, you can do it in an hour and it just lengthen your times. I personally do it in 40 minutes right now. And I do it about 5 days a week. You might start out doing it 1 to 2 days a week if you're still starting to find your rhythm in the business and getting some consistency. Don't try to pile on too much, okay? So maybe you're going to do it once or twice a week and engage with people. So for 5 minutes of that 40, you're going to just look at all the Instagram stories that are at the top of your page. That when you sign into your Instagram and you're in there, you should see all the little bubbles at the top of people that are following you and that you're following that you're following that have their little Instagram stories. Just look at them for 5 minutes. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Look at them. Engage on them. Say, yeah, if somebody got their workout done, way to go, girl. If somebody posted a picture of their kids, oh, so cute, whatever. Be genuine about it, but engage. And it's part of that social power hour that Meg talks about, right? It's getting that engagement and building that relationship with the people that we're already connected with. Okay. So 5 minutes is looking at Instagram stories and engaging with them. Then you're going to set a timer for 10 minutes that's liking and following up. Okay. So for me, that means I just go into Instagram and scroll through my feed of what's popped up of people that I'm already connected with. I like and I comment on their pictures that they're sharing. Okay. And following up is I'm making sure that I have commented back to anybody that's commented on my stuff. Right? So if somebody commented on one of my pictures, I've engaged back with them and I've acknowledged that there's some of them that are spammy that use that third-party tool to try and get traffic to their website. I don't engage with that. That's a waste of my time. And a lot of times if it's like their link or go check out my bio, I delete it. I swipe left and delete it. But for the people who are asking questions or that's so inspiring, I'm engaging back, because I want to acknowledge the fact that they took the time to read my post and that they're talking with me. And then I'm also clearing out my inbox. So you have it's called a DM, which is a direct message in the top right-hand corner of your Instagram. Okay. There will also be like I think it's like a little red dot or maybe a blue dot or something like that to let you know if you have any unapproved messages as well. You want to make sure that you keep an eye out for those, because that would be like the old Facebook other folder on Messenger. If you're not connected with that person, it might go into like what they consider a spam folder. Okay. And then you can connect with them there. All right. So you want to make sure that you're following up and you're liking and you're engaging with posts. And then the last 25 minutes is adding and inviting. So it's adding new people to your network, okay? And it's inviting them to either the either a challenge group or the business opportunity. Now I will be honest with you. I am recruiting big time this year. I want to find strong leaders who want to push forward, who want to inspire more people. And it seems that Instagram is the place to find those people. And so I'm just right off the bat, I will like a couple of their pictures if I find that they are somebody who I vibe with and they're into nutrition and fitness or both or whatever. And I'll just say, hey girl, I absolutely love your page. I love this post. And I'll refer to a post that they shared about, or maybe a quote that they shared, and just say, are you a wellness coach too? Super simple. I'm not like going into like, oh, I'm not going into detail. I'm just asking, are you a wellness coach too? Or I tend to follow and connect with a lot of fitness girls because I love to lift and I love the working out aspect. And I mean, not that I don't love nutrition too, but my jam is fitness and busting my butt and feeling sore. So I want to find those people who enjoy that too, right? Because that's my tribe. So I will connect with those people and I'll be like, are you a fitness coach too? So it's not exactly a what we would consider like a full-blown invite, but it's planting that seed. It's starting the conversation. It's opening the door. Well, no, I'm not, but are you? Or I am, or I'm a fitness trainer, or I've considered it. It just starts that conversation. And that is absolutely an invite, okay? So don't overthink it and think that it has to be like, well, normally a coaching invite might be, hey, hey, so-and-so, you've been rocking it in our challenge group. You're super inspiring to all the other girls. I love that you're plugging in every day. You've become a leader in the group, and everybody really looks forward to your posts. Have you ever considered doing what I do? That's somebody that you know, right? That's somebody that you have built a relationship, and there's a reason that you're inviting them. But for somebody who's a cold invite, you're just telling them, like, have you ever considered, or are you a coach too? Okay. So it kind of takes that pressure off. And if they say, no, I'm not really interested, that's fine. Right. That's why we invite more people every day. Okay. But I still grow that relationship with that person. I've had several girls tell me no, and that they're not interested right now. They're not interested in adding something to their plate. And I say, you know what? That's totally fine, girl. I get it. Like, I get that life is busy, whatever, but I continue to like and engage on their posts. And who knows, an invite opportunity might come up, or they might see something that triggers them in one of my posts because I've stayed genuine and built that relationship with them, that they reconsider. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. Katie, do you have an Instagram? Yeah. Heckard. I can't hear you. Okay.
Sorry, I always forget that I'm muted.
No, it's okay.
I just made one, so yes.
Okay, cool.
But it's not. I don't. I literally did it as we're on the call, so I don't have like tons of people or know everything. So I'll definitely listen in anything. I can't.
Well, so what I would do is, I would just you can do the first two because you've probably got some followers and connections just from making your account and having your Instagram or having a Facebook account if it's linked. They should be linked. So you should have some. And then instead of inviting today, when we search through the hashtags, just start following new people and finding people who you connect with. Okay? All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to set a timer. Really quick, when we go to the 25 minutes to adding and inviting, there are a couple of ways that you can add new people. There are 3 ways that I do it. Number 1 is I go to my Instagram stories. Who's engaging on my Instagram stories that I'm not already connected with? And I go and look at their page. Are they somebody who I want to connect to? If they are, I follow them back and I engage with them on their pictures. I like a couple pictures and I maybe comment on 1 or 2 pictures. The second way is by going to the people who are following me. Now, if you don't have a big account yet, that might not be the easiest way to do it. But it is an option to the people who are following me, because just because they're following me doesn't necessarily mean that I'm connected to them and I'm seeing anything of their stuff, okay? There's actually 4. The third way is looking at people who engage on your posts, because you're putting in hashtags, so there's going to be people who you don't know that are connecting to your posts. And then the fourth way is actually going into the search bar and searching tags. So you want to stay away from like boy mom, clean eating, weight loss journey. You will start to find the ones that are very saturated with coaches. And when you find a few that are not saturated with coaches, run with them. I usually pick one hashtag a week, and I can find a lot of people from one hashtag a week. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. Because as coaches, there's just certain tags that we all use. Okay? Like you're not going to go search hashtag 80-day obsession. Just you're going to find a slew of coaches. All right. So 5 minutes. We're going to roll with it. And we're going to do checking out Instagram stories and engaging with those. Kate? Oh, Katie, you're on 2 places. Okay, so now we're going to do 10 minutes to engage with people who we see in our feed and do any follow-ups if you have any conversations already going, okay? If you don't, that's all right. I cleared my inbox out a little while ago. Nice picture, Katie. Hot Ridge. I'll also say, girls, as just, I mean, you can keep working. But Instagram is much like Facebook used to be, where it's not just like your feed isn't just what's being posted right now. You'll actually see some stuff from a day ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, that sort of thing, because they're actually sharing more or using algorithms like they did on Facebook and sharing what people are engaging with. So you'll want to think about that when you're creating your content, that you want people to comment below and engage with your post, because it will allow your post to be seen more, if that makes sense. Just a little tip. And something new as well. Hold on just a second. Is when you create your post and you write your content out. I use little dots to separate my hashtags. It used to be you make your post and then you go in and you comment right away and put your hashtags in your first comment. You no longer want to do that. You want to put your hashtags right in your post, okay, right in your content. So I use the little dots to separate, like make a bar and then put my hashtags underneath that. But you typically want to pick between 5 and 15 hashtags that are relevant to you and that are going to connect with your tribe. Okay. And I actually save my tags in a note section on my phone, so I don't have to type them out every time. I just copy and paste them. And if you have iPhone, you can, and Katie, I think on Android you can do this too, but like I can be in my Facebook or in my Instagram app, type it out, double click my home button. I can go to my note section where my hashtags are saved, copy and paste them, double click, and have all my apps open again and go right back to it. Okay, does that make sense? Because a lot of time I'll actually copy and paste my content from my Facebook page or whatever, right to Instagram instead of having to come up with content to share on both all the time. Something else Meg shared is you do not want to edit. I never do this, but maybe you girls have. You don't ever want to edit your caption. So when you do make a post, you don't want to edit your caption for at least 24 hours. If you do, they kill it. So then nobody sees it. So I don't ever go back because one, I just haven't, but two, who was it? Bonnie Engel was talking about how when she mistypes something, she leaves it misspoken because one, it gets people to comment and correct her because they see it, but two, because it shows that she's not perfect. So when she has every now and then, if she has an imperfect post that has like she used the wrong there or whatever, and it has a mistyped word, she leaves it. So that's something to think about too. Okay, so we only had like 10 seconds left, so I just stopped it before it made that annoying noise. Okay, so Just for the sake of tonight and keeping the call within reason, I'm going to put 15 minutes on instead of the 25 to search hashtags. Or if you do have some content on your social media or on your Instagram already, go ahead and, look at who's engaged with you and go to their page. You can just click on the people who liked it, or the people who commented, and go to their page and see if there's somebody that you want to follow back and engage with. Okay. So as your girls are going through and you're adding people to your network and you're making new connections and following new people, something that I like to do, I use a hashtag in my Teamsy to track, but I hashtag them Dream Team. When I was tracking in just a notebook, I would put a star next to that person. If I thought that that person was potentially going to be a really good coach or really somebody that I wanted to present the opportunity with, I would put a star next to them, somehow highlight them or something so that when you go back and we do have an event or something for coaching, you know who you already were kind of thinking in your head you would like to share the opportunity with. Okay. I'm going to try not to talk too much. I know that it's distracting. All right, girls. So I know that was kind of a really like quick overview just for the sake of time to like go through everything, but does it make sense? Do you have questions? And maybe we can do this again in a couple of weeks after you guys have some time to kind of play around with it. You can let me know what you think, but let me know, like, do you have any questions now? No? Okay. So how about we play around with it? Oh, go ahead, Katie.
Sorry. Can you do Instagram from your computer? Because I didn't think so, because I tried the other day, and I know you can scroll through, but you can't.
If you have a Mac, that was actually going to be something I was going to say. If you have a Mac,
yeah,
if you have an Apple device, you can download the app. And it's actually new for like on the computers, not just like an iPad or something like that. Because Meg just recently shared that maybe 6 weeks ago. It's pretty new on the computer. But no, for those of us that are working on a PC, you cannot. I mean, you can go through and scroll, like you said. I think you can even comment and like stuff, but you really can't like work, if that makes sense. So unfortunately, that is not an option right now. But so keep working at it. Keep playing around with hashtags. If you find yourself struggling with hashtags, reach out to me and I'll see if I can't help you find one. But really, it's just trial and error, you guys. And don't be afraid to message people. If you find that somebody is like really rocking and sharing a lot about nutrition and fitness, don't be afraid to message them after you've liked and commented on a couple things and say, hey, girl, you know, I really love whatever. Talk to them about a post and then just say, are you a coach too? Or are you a wellness coach? I typically ask, like if it's a lot about holistic health that I'm searching or nutrition and things like that, I typically say, are you a wellness coach? And then if it's a lot of fitness stuff, I ask if they're a fitness coach. So if that kind of gives you an idea of how I word things, you know, to kind of connect with them. But like I said, try doing that once or twice a week. And then as you get more comfortable with it and you build more consistency within what you're doing in your daily routine, then add that on. But like I said, you can really dial in on your niche on Instagram and you can really pick and choose who you want to work with. So while it may take more time, and you may not add as many people as you could just scrolling through Facebook, like going through your friends lists. Quality over quantity, right? Because you're specifically picking the people who you're connecting with. Okay? Cool? No questions? Did it help a little bit? Do you feel like you have a little, at least a place to start? And then we can kind of build upon that. All right, cool. Thank you, ladies, for being on. I will get the recording up in case you have any questions. But I appreciate y'all being here. Katie Heckard, I'm going to stop the recording and you can stay on with me, girl. Well, maybe.